Hi pals, welcome to my channel From Skint to Savvy. If you are a returning subscriber, thanks for joining me. Welcome back and just thank you for supporting me, it's amazing. If you're new to my channel, thank you for clicking on the video to watch it. I hope you like it. Any comments, any constructive criticism should I say, please feel free to leave a message in the comments. I love reading them back and communicating with you all that are watching, and if you can subscribe, I really would appreciate it. If not, just a like or a comment, anything, just to let me know that you're there. I would love it. So yeah, my channel is From Skint to Savvy. It's following my journey from being skint, living from wage to wage, relying heavily on my overdraft and my credit cards, to being savvy with my money, being able to budget for the things that I need and things that I want, and enjoying life and enjoying my money. I work hard for it, and although I have been spending it, I wouldn't say I've enjoyed it to its full advantage. I just have a house full of things. It's that bad that I literally found a camera in my spare room that I'd forgotten that I'd purchased and maybe used about twice. So yeah, I'm bad. I was bad and I am moving forward. So that is my journey. I use the Budget by Paycheck workbook by the Budget Mum. She is from America. I watched her channel and I watched a couple of UK people use this book and really just felt that this was the book that was for me, and it works brilliantly. There's a couple of little things that I would add to it, which I have done an Etsy shop. If you see my Instagram, I have done a little Etsy shop this morning. So as soon as that arrives, I'll show you what it is and how I am going to incorporate it into how I use this workbook moving forward. I'm very excited for it. Also, can I apologise for the lighting? I have a very short window to film this video, and we'll just have to go with it. So huge apologies. So this is my monthly tracker, calendar, whatever you want to call it, and I just note on here when everything comes out of my bank what I spend, and just take a little note of my no spend days. So this month I haven't had many so far because I had girls' weekend and I had my birthday week and things like that. So I include all my bills and all my grocery shopping as well. So there's that. So I just want to add on to this for the 16th. So Aqua actually came out, it was £10. The 16th I bought diesel, and it was £73.99. No, it wasn't. It was £74 and a penny. I tried to stop it at £73.99. It didn't work. And I also did bought some food for my dog. It was £5, and I also got some groceries for myself, which was, I have a little note here, £3.55. So far today we have no spend, so that's good. We will see how the month can. I haven't done any specific. Last month I did a specific amount of no spends I wanted to achieve, and I did, but this month I haven't because I knew that I had some stuff going on and I didn't want to sort of stress myself out. So we're going to have a quick look at this last week. So I closed it out already because I just needed to. I didn't get a chance with it being off and on my birthday week holiday. I didn't actually get a chance to film it, but my actual budget was, I'll go this way, I got an extra refund of £25 and I found £1 in my car. My bills were as they were expected. My groceries, because I use a digital cash system, and wallets or envelopes, I stuff them, so I just use the amount that I've stuffed. So that is the purchase I've bought from Etsy, so that I can do a weekly check-in of cash that I'm rolling over, and at the end of the month that money will go back into my budget either into my savings or into one of my sinking funds, but I would then just add it in as income, because it's technically been spent here. I just find it's easier for me because when I was trying to save, I've only spent £35 in groceries, but that £5 was sort of still lying about, if that makes sense, but it wasn't actually in my bank, and so it's just harder to keep track of. So for me, everything that comes out in my envelopes, everything that comes in my sinking funds is right. Didn't make any extra debts, and I put into my savings challenge £71, and my rollover was so I do a zero-based budget, so because I've included my rollover into here, it's a zero there, but this number here rolls into this week. I hope that makes sense, not too quick, but I wanted to just see if my window's very short and I like to talk, so yeah. So I'd done my actual budget, my mock budget already. I did make a mathematical error here. It should be 205, not 210. So my whole budget is kind of out. However, it's a mock budget. It's just for me to find where my things go, what, you know, make sure that my money's all accounted for, really. So I'm not too worried about the mathematical error there, rather than changing the whole system. I'm still waiting for my mileage expenses. I'll get that tomorrow, but my rollover is different because at my mock budget last week, this is what that went on, and this is what my actual budget rollover amount was. And then I've used £150 from my sinking funds, which you'll see in my cash stuffing video as to where that came from. And then I got £10 for my birthday. So already we're going to be up. So what I've done is, I've not finished this week, obviously. So I've done kind of a mock tally of all of these columns, because I want to just do this in a video and finalise it. But I also know that this figure is this figure down here is out by quite an amount, so I didn't want to roll that over because I know it's wrong. Hope I'm making sense. So I've actually already, in the hopes that I get this amount of expenses, I've already tallied out all of this, and I will roll over what I have here from what I've budgeted. I'm probably not making any sense, but never mind. It will all come right in a minute. So I am looking that I will be rolling over. Now, I made an unbudgeted expense on Etsy this morning. However, I have budgeted for my my budget category, so it will tally out in the end. I'll just put less into the actual envelope when it comes to it, to take off the £6 that I've already spent. So my rollover, I am hoping, and again, this is just a mock budget column, so if it's wrong, it's not too much of a problem. It's just me making a plan for my money, okay? So my mock budget should be 125.50. It's really difficult to write and talk at the same time because I'm like looking at a 3 and writing a 3 and saying 50. So it's 125.53, and at the moment I have no other outgoings. I hope you can still see this with the shadows. So that means that my net income at the moment will be 125.53. My Netflix is due to be £5.99, and my TV license is due to be £13.37, and that's all the bills that I have budgeted to come out. So the total for them is £19.36, and left over when I take the £19.36 from my income total is £1,006.17. So then I bring that down to my cash envelopes. So we have the 1,617, and that leaves me with money. What was it? All this money now is going to be budgeted into here, so it'll keep rolling over into each of the boxes. So for groceries, I put that on a hyper jar. I'm going to budget myself 40. For eating out, I put 40 in last week and I haven't used it yet, so I won't need it, so I'm not budgeting anything. For Piper's food, I'm going to budget £10 because she's in a little stage where she's eating all the time. Like, she's quite, not fussy, but she will eat or she'll not eat, and there's no, you know, knowing when she's going to do it. And then my when she comes here and my boyfriend's dog's here as well, if we put food down for her, obviously we have to put down food for the other dog, so we're going through food like a rate of knots at the minute. But then in a couple of weeks she'll probably hardly eat anything, so I'm not too worried about it. But I do know that I want to stock up a little bit, so I've put £10 in there. My diesel, I'm going to put £65 in. I won't need all that because I topped up the car yesterday with the £75, whatever it was, and that was a full tank, and I still have, that was from my budget of 65, 2 lots of 65, so I've still got, you know, a good amount in my diesel already. But I'll pop the £65 in, and then my plan is at the end of the month, when I start on March's budget, that I'll roll that over into either sinking funds or savings. My electric is £40, and I've got my purse here because when I budgeted for all my girls, my holiday, my girls' weekend and everything, I budgeted quite well, I thought, and then I ended up hardly using anything. So I still actually have £10 left in my spending envelope, which is from my weekend away that I put in. I put £25 in and I only spent 15, so I've still got £10 in there, which I will use just as a buffer. I still have my £5 that I put in my miscellaneous last week, so I don't need anything to add into my miscellaneous because I still have the £5. And then I also still have £10 in my own purse, and I budget £5 a week for myself, so I've got plenty cash to do me for the next week. And then if I don't use this over the next week, when it comes into March's budget, I will use it and roll it over. I still technically have £20 in my electric wallet as well, however I'm on about £14 just now, so before I put my cash in on Sunday I will probably need to top up electric, so we'll leave it there for now. So in total, what I'm putting in, what I'm classing as my cash envelopes or my envelopes, which is, these are all on a card and these are in cash, it is £155. Take that 155 away from the 1,006, leaves us with £85 and 17. Okay, so then we'll move that up here, so our leftover is £85 and £851 and 17. Sorry, but we can still see. And I have grouped all my envelopes. I have about 17 sinking funds and saving envelopes, so I've grouped them all up into just the budget categories that I use, and then on the page on the back here I'll show you I've separated them. So in total for Piper's, all of Piper's envelopes, we're going to pop £5 in. For the entertainment envelopes, we're going to pop 20 in. For myself envelopes, I'm going to pop 55 in. Sorry if you can hear banging in vehicles outside, there's a workman outside fixing the road. For occasions, which for me is birthdays and gifts, I'm going to pop 30 in because I have 2 birthdays in March and I also have Mother's Day. For my household, I'm going to pop 10 in. Car, I'm going to pop 10 in. And savings, I'm going to put 80 in. Now savings is my, not including any challenges, but it's including my like Christmas, my dog's vet fund. What else does it include? I can't remember off the top of my head, but anyway, I'm going to pop 80 in. And I've got quite big amounts. I don't normally stuff quite as much because I stuff over 4 weeks, but I've budgeted so well, and had my birthday week that I normally would spend so much money on. I budgeted so well for it that I've actually got more money left than I was expecting. So yeah, I'm just really quite chuffed with myself, and I'm going to roll over into next month, but I've given myself a little bit more leeway to spend a little bit more in these categories, bulk them up a little bit while I can, while I've got the cash. So in total, those savings add up to 210, and we'll take that away from the 85117, so that leaves us with 64117. So then we'll bring that down to our extra debt column. Well, there goes the sun. It was too good to last. 64117. Probably better for this page, you'll be able to see it better. And I am going to, I thought I'd paid off my credit card in full, but then I actually had another spend that hadn't shown on the credit card, but it was only for £16.65, and in fact it was £4.45 interest as well that I hadn't accounted for. So to pay off £16.65 to the Tesco card, that is it now, completely clear. There's nothing else to come out of that. So the total debt that I'll be paying is £16.65, and that will leave us with £624.52. Okay, so I haven't, my boyfriend likes to support me, and he really enjoys picking out the 100 envelopes because he thinks it's really quite funny if he picks out 2 large numbers. I haven't told him how much left I have in my budget, but if he does pick up 2 of the larger numbers, I can do it in my budget, so it'll be quite fun to see what he picks out. So he's probably pick out 1 or 2 envelopes depending on, you know, how we're feeling and how I think next month's going to go. And so when we do it, we'll add that into there. I mean, the most he's going to pick out is 199 at the end of the day, so it's still well doable. And then I'll add that into there, and then I'll also add in my rollover, which will be anything left. So let's say he picks the 100 envelope and the 99 envelope. Let's budget for it. Let me get my calculator, 2 seconds. Back. So let's say we do pick out the 2 minus 199, so that would still leave us with 425.52 if he were to pick out these 2 numbers. So let's just budget for that. So total savings is 199. No, that's wrong. So I would put my rollover in here, 1425, as if I was saving it for next week. And then so my total savings used would be 624.52, which leaves me with 0 money because I've budgeted it all. I found a place for it all. I don't think he will pick this amount at all, because they're all jumbled up, but you never know. So yeah, in total for the start of March, it looks like the least I will be rolling over will be 625.52. And then if I do sell anything or make any extra money on QMe or Atapol, then I can pop it into there, which will just give me more in my budget. So that is my budget. Look what it looks like for next week. I'll show you quickly my breakdown of the cash. So this will be all that, as I was saying before, I've on the other page I just put everything into categories. So my utilities category is £40. I'm putting £5 into grooming for the dog, £20 into weekend away to start in case we want to go away over the summer. My self envelopes, we've got beauty, budgeting, treats and clothing. So as I said, I've already spent £6 on my budgeting, so I will just put £10 in there. I might actually just put the extra pound. When I do that, I will just maybe budget for £56 when I do my actual column, and then put £10 cash into my budgeting envelope. My occasions is £30, my home improvement 10. That's just sort of for like flooring or that kind of thing. Car maintenance fund, £10, and then oh yeah, there's my savings there. So I've got this year's July, I am due to pay my insurance and my car tax, and my aim is to pay them off in full. If I don't manage it, I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm just going to do the best I can. But if I can't reach the full sort of £500-600 that I need for insurance, then I will pay monthly again and reallocate some of the money and just go for next year. Don't want to put too much pressure on myself, but it might work. Christmas, my emergency fund, I already had 1,000 in my emergency fund, so I'm not needing to fast track any emergency, but I still want to grow it a bit more. And then the vet fund for the dog. At the minute she's healthy, but she has a small dog and does have issues with her teeth, so you just never know. We've already had 2 teeth removed, no, 3 teeth removed when we got her spayed. So the total I will be cash stuffing will be £250 for next week. So I'm going to get the cash out today when I'm going to work, and hopefully we will do that. And then this is the denominations that I'm going to take to the bank with me. At the back of the book, I haven't used them, but at the back of the book there is little cash denomination slips that you can cut out and use if you wish. But I'll just go in. It's a very small bank, not very busy, so I'll go and use that. But yeah, so that's all for today. I hope it makes sense. I hope you could see everything with the lighting being the way it was. And I apologise again for any of the noise that you might be hearing outside. It's so irritating because I don't actually have a car parking space. I just park out front on the street, and I've not been able to do that, so my car is kind of nowhere near my house. But what can we do? The roads need fixed, that's the main thing. But yeah, thanks again for watching, thanks for subscribing. Feel free to give me a like or a comment, and we will talk to you all soon. Thanks.